Number one, we got obviously Haku, the Sensei, Zabuza, the second team member, Fu. Yes, so it's an average team. On the outside is just one Jonin Sensei that's male and 3 females. Let me repeat that again. 3 females. 3 females. Let that sink in. Because I'm doing Naruto was an ultimate prodigy. And I stated at the beginning of the anime, Naruto is technically not a girl. 3 females. I'm not stating that Zabuza's a female, but 3 females. On the outside is just 3 females. But on the inside is 2 females, 1 Jonin male sensei, and a male student. Just let that sink in for a minute. So Naruto is gonna get away with a lot of things. But yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. I also stopped the recording of my last video. I hope I can edit these 2 videos together, because if I can't, I'm gonna be very, very mad. Very mad. I'm gonna be a mad person. But continuing on, as we start at basically the Voice of Death, as it's the same, I think it was Anko? I'm second doubting myself on Anko there. I don't know her name. I think, yeah, it was a snake lady. She was with Orochimaru. Can't remember her name, but yes, she is doing the Forest of Death. Death as... Actually, no, it's not the snake lady. It's another... Ah, gosh. I'm getting Naruto characters wrong. Oh no, I haven't watched Naruto in a while now. I'll recap that again. Continuing on, as the same old still begins, as she doesn't throw a kunai this time, as this is a new team, as Naruto is keeping an eye out for anyone who gets the scrolls, as he caught a lot of people that had the scrolls that they need, and the scroll that Naruto needed was an Earth scroll, because he got a Heaven scroll. As they went out, same thing, as they got the scroll immediately, as quick as they can. As the Team 7 has what members of the Team 7 is basically Sai, Sasuke, and Sakura. That's Team 7, with Kakashi Sensei as the Sensei, that has been forced to teach basically Sasuke. Kakashi Sensei, number 1, does not like this team. He's been forced by the council to basically be the sensei and teach Sasuke. So, yeah, even though he badly wants to go with basically Naruto and on Naruto's team, reasons being Naruto's team is better than his, and he would basically pick up any team, if as long as it's not Team 7, but he can't. He's just stuck with Team 7. As Kakashi, Team 7 basically entered the forest as well. As Naruto's team is not worried about Team 7, so they're not going to bump into Orochimaru. Team 7 is going to have to deal with that on their own, as they're going to barely make it alive, I can tell you that much. They're going to barely make it. It's going to be I think they got 5 days of rest, so that means they're going to make it on day 5 and they won't be able to have any rest. As Team 7 makes their way through the forest, as they quickly get through, as they avoid a lot of people, as how they are basically making good trail is Fu's wings. Fu is basically picking up both Naruto and Haku and flying. How is Naruto holding onto Fu? He's basically holding onto a hand while using her hair, while using his hair to basically, how can I say it? Basically hold, basically on a, like basically grappling holder around the waist. As her hair wraps around Haku's waist, it also holds onto Haku at the same time. But relatively, they're making pretty good work while flying. As they come to the center of the place very early, they're the first ones there. It's basically a new world record, to be more specifically. They're the first ones to make it this far at a very short amount of time. As like Haku, Naruto, and Fu land. As basically the one who would decipher the code would be Haku, as she deciphers it. Naruto could decipher it, but he didn't feel like it, so he just let Haku decipher it, as Haku says that they must open the scrolls. As they do, as Zabuza pops out. As he's like, wow, you kids done already? I'm impressed that you could be done so soon. Huh, well, it should be expected. You three are pretty basically capable ninjas. The last time I tested you, and if you're wondering when Zabuza tested them, I didn't cover this in my last video, which is going to be a problem, but I'll time skip, but not now because I want to get to I want to get further into the story. I will time skip just before the matches will start, so yeah. Zabuza Zabuza doesn't explain everything. He just says that you must wait here for 5 days while the other contestants get to the tower. As yeah, they rest. Not much basically interaction there, except for this. This is a perfect time for me to time skip now. As we're gonna do a small time skip because I think Team 7, the original Team 7, which was Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke, got the Zabuza mission much more earlier. As, yeah, they brought Haku and Zabuza with to the village. As, yes, so there was a few things that happened. First time skip, we see when Team 7 made their way back to the village after a day's rest. As Naruto was busy, how can I say, light training, yeah. Just busy hitting a dummy, or throwing a dummy with shurikens, as Sasuke walks up with a few people behind him, and Sakura, as... Actually, Sasuke walks up with Sakura behind him and says, "Hey, dope, I demand you to teach me those jutsus that you used against Zabuza and Haku." As Naruto is like, "Excuse me?" As Sasuke states, "You heard me. I demand you teach me those jutsus that you used against Zabuza and Haku. I demand you to teach it to me." As Naruto states, "And who are you to boss me around?" As Sasuke replies, I'm Sasuke Uchiha, the last heir to the Uchiha clan. And you will obey me." As Naruto's like, "Ha, and I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Ninja of Konoha. And I don't take any orders from you. Understand that, Sasuke? I will never teach you anything if you're going to be this arrogant about it. If you would have asked politely, maybe I would have taught you a few things. But since you're having this attitude, I won't teach you Jack." I'm not going to say that final one. It's basically Jack S. You can Jack S double A. So you can most think what Naruto just said, as Sasuke grits his teeth and smile. Grits his teeth as he gets an idea and smiles and says, "Council will hear of this," as he walks away. If you don't know that last Sasuke thing, "the council will hear of this," well, that's also a meme. That's also a meme. It's not a meme from Naruto, but I did put a meme in there. "The council shall hear of this," as Sasuke, as I think a few minutes later, as Naruto is at his house, as he's working on something in his, how can I say it, workshop, something secret that I can't say anything of, as someone knocks on Naruto's door, as Naruto can hear it, as he walks out, closes the secret entrance, opens the door, and says, "Yes, who is this?" as an Ambu is in front of the door. The Ambu states, "The council requests your presence," as he says, "Naruto Uzumaki, the council requests your presence," blah blah blah, the same thing, as Naruto's like, this must be Sasuke's doing. I'm not giving them anything, and I'm not teaching him shit. That's what Naruto's, actually that's not actually what Naruto said in that last word, but he just stated in his head he's not teaching Sasuke anything. As basically the Ombu was still staring at Naruto and stated, "You're coming with me," as the Ombu was about to grab Naruto, as Naruto moves his hand and states, "I'm gonna be there, just give me a few minutes." As Naruto walks in, gets basically dressed and stuff, as the Ombu's waiting by the door, as Naruto opens, as Naruto is as Naruto made sure to basically take a few seal tags with him, unless he has to seal some ignorant people from attacking him, like seal chakra seal tags from attacking him. He just has to be prepared. As Naruto's walking into the Hokage's office, walks the council room, as he sees many people sitting down, including the civilian council, as basically Naruto says, "Hokage-sama, you called?" As the Hokage is like, "Yes, Naruto, I called, but I was not the one who called this meeting. The civilians were," as one of the civilians stood up and says, "Yes, Hokage, we would like to request that Naruto Uzumaki teach Sasuke the jutsus he learned and used against Zabuza and Haku on his last mission." As Naruto states, "No way," as the basically there the how can civilian council gets pissed, obviously, as they say, "How dare you not teach the Uchiha, the last Uchiha, heir to the Uchiha clan? You should be honored." As basically Naruto states, "I'm not going to teach an arrogant person like him until he learns to get his attitude fixed and that stick straight up his ass out of his ass. Then I'll teach him a few of the jutsus, but I won't teach him anything until that happens." As the council is berating like Naruto, as one of the council is like, "How dare you, you demon brat! You should watch your mouth. You should watch your mouth, or else," as Naruto cuts her off and say, "Or else what? Or else what? You'll have me assassinated?" Yeah, right. "And you should really watch your tongue. You don't want to break the third Hokage's law now, do you?" As basically this, like Naruto is, how can I say it? He's going off on the civilian council. As Naruto says, "I'm not giving this Uchiha brat anything. All he wants is everybody to bow to his feet." Yeah, right. "No thanks." As Naruto states, as the civilian council still argues, as Naruto states this one last time, and this is his last time stating this, as Naruto states, "This is my last time telling you. I'm a ninja now. I'm no civilian. That means you have no jurisdiction over me.
I am part of Konoha's. I'm a ninja of Konoha. That means only the Hokage can reprimand me to do whatever, to do basically, to do basically train Sasuke. And I will never train Sasuke in my deadly arts that I've learned myself. So, if you want to fight about it, as Naruto says, and if you still want to argue about it, then you basically can go to hell. As that's what Naruto tells the civilian council. As Naruto tells the Hokage, um, Hokage-sama, I'm only state... Actually, Hokage-sama? Have I been saying that a while? I have been saying that a while, haven't I? Hokage, if you would allow me to leave this council meeting, because there's nothing else that they called me here for, only to teach an arrogant Uchiha brat in how to use my jutsus that clearly he will never be able to master. As the Hokage is like, he just sighs and says, as the Hokage is like, yes, Naruto, we agree that the jutsus you learn are yours alone and only you are allowed to teach them to other people. But, Naruto, we would like to ask you something. The jutsus you have at your disposal that you have learned, how many are there? Well, how many jutsus have you made so far? Well, if you're asking that, then as Naruto is actually gonna lie here, he's not gonna tell them the exact amount of new things they have created. They're as Naruto, it's technically not even jutsus, it's just ceiling tags. As Naruto stated, the reason why also Sasuke can't learn it is because they're technically not jutsus. It's a ceiling tag formula. As Hokage's like, oh, and what is the ceiling tag formula used for? Well, it's used to store a ninjutsu that is that is about to be active. So, as Naruto goes into explaining, I'm going to explain the ceiling tag formula. I'm going to explain how the tag works, like I explained in my last videos, but not that well. The ceiling tag works as how can I say it? Think of it like you're holding multiple grenades in your hand. You're holding 3 grenades in your hand, as there's a cooldown timer. So every time the cooldown timer fills up, you get another grenade. As you can hold up to 5 grenades, and then if you throw one, and then the cooldown timer returns. Basically like that. So think of it like a... actually, that's a bad explanation. But basically, it's like you're preparing a jutsu, but you don't fire it. And when you need to fire it, you can just fire multiple of these tags in the air, and it will basically do the jutsu. So if Naruto was to do a water bullet jutsu and use the tag, he would basically get a water bullet tag jutsu. And if he was to basically use the tag, it would basically let out the water bullets that he was supposed to use in his in his jutsu last time. So it's simple. It's basically like keeping a jutsu inside of a scroll that's about to activate, and then opening the scroll and it activates. Like you're stopping time. It's basically like that. But in this case, Naruto can have multiple of these stuff, which is kind of broken, but is a backlash. The backlash is it takes a lot of chakra for a normal person. It would take a lot of chakra. But for Naruto has limited chakra. Not limitless, but a lot of chakra. Uzumaki and Tailed Beast chakra mixed together, yeah, he's a chakra monster. And because he's an ultimate prodigy, his chakra regens a bit more faster than average. So he can just spam these things. But Naruto always has, like, say now, like, at least 50 or 14 tags, these types of these tags on. But because Naruto is doing it within a seal, the jutsu is going to be weak. So that's why he uses a chakra tag to boost the basically jutsu that he just released, because it's going to be very weak. Like say now, a small light. It's like when you light a cigarette, you use that lighter. That's how basically weak the flame is going to be. So he needs a chakra tag to boost the output of the jutsu. Yeah, that's how he does it. It's simple. It's just plain old simple. That's how he does it. He can also apply this to many things, like he can make traps like this and many things else. But he explains it in different ways. But he only explains some of the tags. He only explains two tags, which is the chakra tag and the jutsu tag. He has another tag, which is a mind controlling tag. He's never going to explain because there's a clan in Konoha that consists of mind controlling people. Sorry about that, just drank water. Yeah, and Naruto is not gonna let them know that he has a tag to also control mind control. That's gonna start a riot. And he has a few other tags which I will not mention because that's gonna be coming in later. But yeah, as basically explains it to everyone. As the requirements are you're supposed to be a master sealsman to be able to do this. You have to be on Naruto's level and you have to learn from Naruto specifically to be able to make these seals. You can't learn from any other master sealsman except Naruto, because Naruto is the only one who's mastered this. As the Hokage asks for at least one tag to put in the Forbidden Scroll. Because number one, these are S-rank tags that Naruto has made. At least one of the two tags that Naruto explained. As Naruto took out of his pouch both the chakra tag and the jutsu tag. As as the Hokage said, I will be putting this in the Forbidden Scroll, and only you and you alone would know. And only you and you alone would be able to make this tag, Naruto. Is that fine with you? That's fine with me, Hokage-sama. Hokage, not Hokage-sama, Hokage. Somebody that's at least Japanese or Chinese, if I'm saying this right, if I can call you, like, use Hokage-sama, because Naruto is a girl. Technically, everybody sees Naruto as a girl, and he's acting as a girl, so is it fine that I use Naruto-sama? No? That I fine I use Hokage-sama? No. No, 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 I'm actually realizing something now. That means something else. Hold up, hold up. Give me a minute. I'm going balls deep into this. Give me a minute. I'm going to use my balls deep magic now. I'm going to take out my balls deep grimoire and use it now. Be back. Just came back. I'm just going to cut that. I wish I could cut that out of the video, but I can't. Yeah. So, forget everything that just happened now. A few seconds afterwards. But that was only a flashback, as we're not done with the flashback yet. As one of the civilian counts, as the Hokage was about to dismiss the, how can I say it, all the council until one of the civilians held up their hand. This was Sakura's mother. Sakura's mother stated, Hokage, we would like to request that Naruto be taken off Team 7. As Hokage asked why, as though ninjas gave basically the Hokage a bunch of reasons why that Naruto is not a perfect fit for Team 7 and that Team 7 would be better off without Naruto on the team. As these were such good points that even the ninja council and some of the ninja councils agree that Naruto would be not a good fit on Team 7. As the Hokage gritted his teeth and stated, this is just a plan to get Naruto out of the tuning exams. As the civilian council grinning madly,
As Hokage stated, "Fine, Naruto, from here on out, you are not part of Team 7 anymore. I will get you a new team, I will request a new team for you," and yada yada. Hokage does everything else and dismisses the council immediately before they could hatch another new plan. Actually, no, scratch that. Not the civilian council. Danzo requested this. Danzo requested this because this would be perfect for Danzo. As Danzo also requested in this meeting that they put a member of that Danzo has been teaching, which is Sai, on Team 7 instead of Naruto. As now Danzo can basically, how can I say it, have his root agents basically follow Naruto to his house and just, yeah. As Danzo is walking with his root agents, as Danzo basically stops and tells like basically I would say one team of root agents that consists of 5 people to head to Naruto's house and capture him. Bring him to Danzo. As Danzo is grinning widely and states, "I will finally have the strongest Biju of them all on my side finally, and we can conquer this world." True peace shall be achieved. As Danzo did, blah blah. Basically, Danzo's doing his monologue as this Ombu team is heading to Naruto's house. As Naruto has traps around his house, as it's midnight, as Naruto is wearing this. Even though Naruto is not a girl, he still has how can I say, he still has the shape and body of a girl. Because number one, he has to look like one. That means his body has to basically look like a girl. So even though he's not technically a girl, he looks like one. Even just with a shirt over, he looks like one. His body figure looks like one. As Naruto is in the workshop working on something, as she finally got it, how can I say it, ready. Well, basically it's a demo version of what he just got ready. As he finished it, until something opened his door and alarms shot off, like basically went off in his mechanic workshop. Actually, no, the alarm didn't go off on his mechanic workshop. As the Ombo are looking for him around his house. It's a big house, not that big, but just big. As the Ombo sees a secret door, as the team like points, as they open the door, as they see all these different things as Naruto has been working on. These bolts, screws, um, metal wires, like iron bars, iron plating, as it's everywhere. As this is being recorded as well, as Danzo. Actually, Danzo can see this, or I would say no. Mm, yeah, I'm just gonna say Danzo. There's a way that Danzo could see this. As Danzo's seen this, as Danzo's thinking, what has Naruto been working on that even the Hokage doesn't know? Is Naruto plotting against the Leaf Village? As he sees all this metal plating and stuff, as Naruto is there working on something, and she's like nearly there, just need to be very, very careful. Slowly down. As you can hear a click as the thing closes, as she's like, "Yes, I got it!" As Naruto steps back slowly, lifts up this thing, as she's like, "Whew, after all these years, I finally done it. Ah, I'm so tired now. I should take a rest." As Naruto can see all these different people, as these guys are looking around. Actually, no, Naruto didn't see them. As basically Naruto like couldn't see them. As Naruto walks over to a table that's filled with paper, as these are like basically seal tags and many other things, paper seal tags, work-ons of different other seal tags. As Naruto places a seal tag on this thing's head, as it burns up, as the thing basically is not activating yet. As the Ombo are watching this, as Naruto is like, huh, finally, you won't be ready, but I hope you will be ready for the tuning exams. Unless the Okage doesn't find me a team, and then you'll be basically, I can't show you off at the tuning exams at all. But hey, I have to stay positive. As Naruto is trying to cheer himself up. As Naruto walks onto the table, starts working on a few tags to replenish the tags that he lost. As Naruto is doing this with perfection. As one of the Anbus basically walks slowly up next to the machine that Naruto was working on. As the machine opens its eyes, looks next to it, as the Ombu is horrified at what it's seen. This is a machine that's open, as it opens its eyes and just slowly turns. As this Ombu is actually petrified at what it's seen right now. As even Danzo is freaked out at what it's seen. This thing is moving on its own. As it looks. As all you can see is this thing slowly lifts its arm up as it turns to a blade. Its entire arm turns to a blade. As the Ombu has to jump back immediately while this thing swings at it. As Naruto is immediately alerted, takes out a paper kunai, and basically is holding it in his hand. As he takes out one of the tags that he's been working on, hooks it onto another kunai, and looks around. This place is dark right now because they switched off the lights. As Naruto throws this kunai in the air, as it shoots, it makes a bright light, a blinding bright light. As Naruto sees all the ninjas right now, as this thing quickly disappears, as it takes out one of them, and the other one. It doesn't kill them, but take them out. Actually, it does cut them. As you can see, she's derping a purple ooze off of the blade with blood. As basically one of the ninjas like, damn it, that's poison. What is this thing? As it dashes towards them. As Naruto is also fending off against two of the ninjas. As he grabs a kunai, hooks it to a tag, throws it. As instead of it looks like an explosive tag, but instead of exploding, all it did was a wind pushes them back, as it pushes them out of the workshop, as they are fighting Naruto now, as this thing eliminated both three of the ninjas, as it's walking to its master, as it says, "Master, should I assist?" As Naruto says, "Yes, please. Please assist and try not to break anything." As this thing says, "That shall be easy, master." As it disappears, takes out the two drops to the floor as this mystery thing stands in front of Naruto and states, "Well, at least I know you work, but a few adjustments would be a bit more better." As this thing says, "Yes, master." As Naruto states, "Just sit in the workshop for now, and try to guard it as much as possible." Now that Ombu was here, no. As Naruto, basically said Ombu first, as Naruto thought, no, these aren't an ordinary Ombu. As Naruto remembered what, one of the Ombus calling, type, ninjas calling, certain Ombus root agents, as he remembers that root agents works for Danzo, as he's like, these are root agents. This is Danzo's pawns. As Naruto basically takes them and is basically walking with these knocked out bodies in a scroll. as he walks to the Okage opens the scroll as Okage sees like 5 bodies lying on the floor. They can't move. As Naruto also puts a vial on the table, as he states, these guys broke into my house and tried to kidnap me, but I was able to take them out. But they've also been poisoned. Here's the vial that contains the antidote. You can cure them at your will. These guys might belong to Danzo, as basically the Hokage says, I'll deal with it, Naruto. As Naruto walks out, just came to deliver those people. As the Hokage takes a puff of his pipe. Danzo, I told you to disband the root agents long time ago. Seems like you didn't listen. As the Hokage takes another smoke of his pipe. As Naruto walks back home, as this time he's confronted by Danzo himself. As Danzo's like, so kid, are you planning to betray the village? As Naruto's like, no. But what your men saw, and you saw, should be secret for now. As Danzo's like, I have to tell the Hokage about this. As Naruto states, all shall be explained at the tuning exams. As basically Naruto states that to basically Danzo, as he walks past Danzo, as Danzo saying, what was that thing? As Naruto looks back, it's a little toy I've been working on. I think they would do perfectly in the tuning exams. As small flashback gone, that's one of the flashbacks on the reasons why on coincidence happening. The next day, still in the same flashback, Naruto was called to the Hokage's office because the Hokage has put together a team for Naruto. As Naruto is introduced to his 2 members and new sensei, as his sensei is Zabuza. As Zabuza has offered himself to be the sensei of Naruto, Haku is offered to be Naruto's second partner, and a new recent addition to the Leaf Village from Taki, Fu. They've given up their Jinchuriki because they do not have the military needs to protect a Jinchuriki. So yeah, Fu's here, as he's introduced, as Naruto knows the two, Zabuza and Haku, but Naruto does not know Fu. As Naruto is basically walking with his new team, but he's talking to Fu more. As Fu stated that she is a Jinchuriki. As Naruto also stated that she's a Jinchuriki. And obviously you can most imagine how they would basically converse. They get along pretty nicely, but but nobody in this team knows that Naruto is a boy and not a girl. So like even Zabuza's like, so I got 5 female students. I got 5 female students. This should be interesting. It's not that Zabuza's a pervert. You just said, so I got 5 female students. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. As yeah, they basically had to train. As the first thing Zabuza did was test them all. As Zabuza nearly lost, but they failed. They worked well together with Fu's flight abilities, giving Naruto a bit more of, how can I say, a catch-up advantage. As Haku's, how can I say, needles basically preventing Zabuza from attacking, and Naruto's consistent attacks from the air and from the ground with shadow clones and her hair. Yeah, Zabuza could not fight. I would say actually no, they didn't fail. They passed. Zabuza's panting and he's like, it seems like all my students are quite good, very good to be more exact. As they're all grinning, and that's how the new team was basically established. And that's it. Basically, basically, how can I say flashback over? As basically 5 days have passed, as Naruto and Haku have been, how can I say it? Naruto, Haku, and Fu have been just getting along. As Naruto also has a big scroll on his back. He just has a big scroll on his back. And every night he opens it, like every night when Fu's awake, he, she can hear Naruto doing something in her room. It sounds like metal, busy being banged, but she doesn't know what. It's very, very soft, so you can barely hear it, as something is moving inside. As Haku asked Naruto about that, as Naruto stated, it's nothing. I'm just working on something. As Haku's like, right, yeah, okay. As this is very suspicious for Fu. As yeah, now let's continue now not the finals, but the basically thing exams, the side thing exams. First person up, we all know, Naruto versus Kiba, because like all the matches go relatively the same, except for Haku's and Fu's. They pass obviously. They pass obviously. Um, the people that are in here are from Kiwi. Yeah, Kiwi is also here, which is Killer B as the sensei, and basically his three partners, the red-haired chick, the black guy with the glasses that uses black lightning, um, and the two tails, Nitsubi. I don't, yeah, Nitsubi. I think that's the two tails name. I'm probably tripping right now. Tell me that, comment down below on the name of the two tails name. But continuing on, yeah, they will be also passing. And yeah, actually no. Two of the members got knocked out because of Haku and Fu. Two of the members were obviously the red one and the Black Lightning dude. The Black Lightning dude had to deal with Haku, which is the ice user and he's very quick. And the red-haired girl had to deal with Fu, which is a Jinchuriki. Eliminated both of them. I don't need to like go over them. It's not like a no-brainer win, but it was a pretty close battle. Both of those matches were pretty close. As the only one that basically passed in Kiwi's team is the basically Ninobi user, which I don't know her name. Let's continue the what if. As we get to not the semifinals quite yet, because I'm breezing through the semifinals. Hinata still gets, how can I say it, tapped by Neji, which still pisses off Naruto, even if Naruto was a girl. As the same thing happens in canon with the senseis. Neji, I think it was Neji, gets his... No, it wasn't right now. As, yeah, as Kakashi Sensei still trains Sasuke on that small, like, monthly training thing. Naruto still vows to kick Neji's ass, as Neji still states that destiny will come upon all, something about destiny, something about destiny. We all know the original Neji. And, oops. Make like you never saw that. That is the picture that I will be using for the next What If that will be coming out. Which is what if Deku was in a fantasy universe. That picture will be used for what if Deku was in a fantasy universe. Sorry that I showed you that picture. I think I might be spoiling a few things. But hey, continue with what if. As we still get the same training trip with Jiraiya, as this time Naruto actually enters the female bath. If you don't know, Naruto has to play the role as a female, even if Naruto's a male. So that means Naruto has to act like a female. That means doing everything that a female would do. But in Naruto's case, Naruto has to enter the female bathroom. As Naruto does not get a nosebleed. Naruto's just calm. He's just normal, acting normal. He obviously does everything that a female does, enters the bath, everything's normal. Even if the girls don't actually know that Naruto's a boy. Everything's just normal for him. As Naruto can sense there's someone looking in. As it's Jiraiya. As Jiraiya took note of the yellow hair. But Jiraiya didn't actually think. Because Jiraiya knows Naruto's a boy, not a girl. He's he's gotten word from his student that these students had a son, not a daughter, but it looked like Minato. He's it must be just another basically yellow haired girl that has a killer body. That's the first thing he states, that has a killer body. As he's basically getting nosebleeds from looking at Naruto and the other girls. As he doesn't disturb Jiraiya on his perviness. As what happens is all the girls basically leave. They just leave. I'm just gonna say plot convenience, they leave. Plot armor, they just leave. Everyone just leaves the bath and Naruto's alone. Naruto's alone. As Jiraiya still nosebleeding on Naruto. As Naruto stands up, naked and all, walks up, basically looks at the hole, and still naked. As Jiraiya sees everything, as Jiraiya looks from up all the way down, as he's shocked at what he sees. As he's shocked at what he sees. As this literally knocks him out of his perviness. As basically Jiraiya saw a male part, as this made Jiraiya freak out, as all you hear is Jiraiya scream from the other side of the wall. As Naruto jumps over the wall on top of Jiraiya with a kunai, and he's like, "Got you, you little perv." As he's like, "So, why are you perving on the girls here, I should ask?" As Jiraiya's like, "You're a boy?" As Naruto's like, "Duh. Um, yes, I'm a boy. And I'm now gonna kill you." As Jiraiya's like, wait, why would you kill me?" As Jiraiya asks, "Because you know too much." As she gives that Kushina here, "You know too much." As basically Jiraiya's like, "Wait a minute. Yellow hair, whisker marks." As he looks at Naruto's face, yellow hair, whisker marks. As Jiraiya says, "Are you Naruto?" As Naruto says, "Yes, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Why?" As Jiraiya laughs and states, "There's no way. There's no way. My student gave birth to a boy, not a girl." As Naruto basically stands up again as Jiraiya looks back down. "Oh gosh, you're not a girl, I forgot about that." Oh gosh, you're not a girl. I forgot about that. Wait, as Jirai actually finally clicks, that's actually Naruto, boy Naruto, the student of Minato. As yeah, Jiraiya has a lot of questions. As Naruto has a towel with him, as he covers him up, as he jumps back into the bath, as he's like, "Whatever, old man, you geek out on and get stupid on whatever you're doing now." As Jiraiya places a hand on Naruto's shoulder and states, "Wait, um, might be hard to ask, but do you know who?" Yeah, basically, as Jiraiya is stating that he's Naruto's, how can I say, godfather. Early on, as actually no, Jiraiya offers to train Naruto. As as Naruto is like, "Oh, and what could you train me in?" As Jiraiya basically states, "I could train you in the toad summoning." As he's like, "Toad summoning?" As he's like, Jiraiya's like, "What?" As Jiraiya still goes in the same rant, "I'm the legendary Jiraiya sage. Jiraiya Sanin, yada yada yada," as he's like, "Oh, so you're one of the Sanin. So you must be the Toad one then, right?" As Jiraiya's like, "Yes." As Naruto states, "Then you must be my godfather." As Jiraiya's like, "Also, yes." As he's like, "Wait, how do you..." As Naruto's like, just basically tells Jiraiya to, "I know, I know." He doesn't know who his father is, but he got that information out of the Hokage. That Jiraiya is his godfather, the Toad Sani. As as Jiraiya's basically he's like, "So, my sensei told you everything." As he's like, "Yep." As Jiraiya basically says, "Anyway," as Naruto asks again, "What do you have to offer in training?" As Jiraiya states the Rasengan as a jutsu called the Rasengan created by the fourth, as Naruto is like, "Oh, already know that." Yes, Naruto has trained the Rasengan, so he already knows that. As Jiraiya offers the summoning contact, as Naruto thinks about it and says, "Sure, it could be interesting. I would rather want the slug contract, but yeah, I will take this toad summoning contract." As that training arc still goes the same, but Naruto looks like a girl. As Jiraiya did ask Naruto does he look like a girl? As Naruto states, "Not sure. I just had the body figure and shape of a girl, so and no one really noticed me or cared about me, so I just pretended to be a girl." Yeah, and that's it. Not really much to say. As Naruto, the reason why Naruto doesn't perv out on the girls is because Prodigy, he needs to hide his emotions. He needs to hide what he's feeling. Naruto could get a nosebleed in the bath at any time, but Naruto's so good at hiding it that no one really notices. Like, the reason why Jiraiya never noticed, like, Naruto is actually a pervert is because, like, Jiraiya is perving out on girls, especially Naruto, and not paying attention to Naruto in actuality, like what's under the underneath. So that's why Jiraiya couldn't actually tell that Naruto is not technically a girl. It's only when Naruto exposed male part, his male part, that Jiraiya actually realized that that's not a girl. As Jiraiya found it, how can I say it? Jiraiya actually found it, how can I say it? Not, he found it educational. Educational for his books, to be more specifically, training a slash male that looks like a female type of deal.
as Jiraiya was basically, how can I say it, at most of the times Naruto can basically make Jiraiya nosebleed, and Jiraiya also uses Naruto for his investigations and his information gathering. You know the deal. He does use Naruto for that. As also Naruto has the sexy jutsu to help him. He has used the sexy jutsu before. As the sexy jutsu is not used for what you think it's used. It's used just for to, how can I say it, to give him breasts, I guess. Because seriously, can't be a girl if you're just a flat chest. So yeah, Naruto has used the sexy jutsu to just give him some balloons, to be more specifically. As no one really notices because it's like he's perfected it in such a way no one really notices. Not even the Hyugas could notice. But I think Neji Hyuga's going to notice in the battle that Naruto is technically not a girl and basically expose Naruto. But you're gonna have to wait for that battle. As the training still goes similar, Naruto basically improves on the Rasengan more to the point where he gets the Odama Rasengan a bit more earlier in canon. As he's also did the summoning summon Gamabunta and stayed on his head for long enough to be his summoning to get the summoning toad contract. As also Jiraiya has also started working on Sage Mode with Naruto, as Jiraiya has discussed it. But Naruto had to go to the basically battle thing, same thing. As Naruto is basically ready. He's ready. Naruto didn't tell any of the secrets that he's hiding away from Jiraiya, but he's going to expose a lot of his weaponry now in this upcoming battle. As we're reaching 7 minutes, as it's basically the Chunin finals, as everyone's getting ready. The first match obviously shall be the famous one, Naruto versus Neji Hyuga. So, I'm gonna stop it there before we continue. If you like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And don't forget to like the video, especially like the video, because it just helps the video, how can I say it, my channel grow if you like the video. Subscribing will give me more people returning to my videos to watch more. And hitting the notification bell will make sure that you get all my basically notifications. And if you don't want to get any of my notifications, just mute it on mute. Just put the bell on mute. And if you don't like my videos, you can just unsubscribe later. But please, subscribe and say a subscriber. And for my Vogue community out there, comment down below the stuff that I asked you to comment, and also give me your advices on what should I change and how should I improve my what ifs in more fashion, and also what should I do to improve my storytelling, because remember, as I stated before and I'll state it again, this is not scripted. This is off the top of my head, and this is no editing. I do not edit these videos. I just do it in one take. So, if you like this video, you know what to do. And from all my Vogue community out there and my Vogue subscribers, you have a home here, and I'll see you later. Bye. This is Rogue Assassin signing out.